so I just need to figure out a way I can get under the bridge.
I could push you over the edge, but I don't know how we're gonna hang you.
But I brought a secret weapon. I brought my weed burner. So you tell me about a junker?
Yeah, there's better. Morning, guys. It's a nice, beautiful morning, and here I am at my dad's shop. He called me and says he's got some people that have a bridge that's not quite wide enough, and they keep blowing tires out. Need it wider because it's kind of right on a turn. So not exactly sure how this is going to go down. Let's kind of go see what he's got in mind. Here you got a phone call about a bridge.
Oh man, yeah. We've worked on bridges in the past, and this guy called me, lives above Glendale, and he's got a bridge, and I think it's only not even 10 feet wide. Goes across the Virgin River into he bought like this property, and it's got 3 cabins on it.
Okay.
And he wants me to widen it out 2 feet. He's drove his car across there, and his wife blew 2 tires out, and he dragged his trailer across, and they blew both tires out on one side where they hit the edge. And so I've got everything to do it. I guess I need to pick your brain a little bit on how the heck I'm going to get hung under the bridge to weld the extensions on. I want to put a piece of 6-inch strap and then a piece of 6-inch angle iron on each side, and that'll give me 2 feet. But I don't know how I'm going to get under the bridge to do it, because there's quite a bit of water running under it right now.
You don't want to just ladder
I don't
in the
want
water?
a ladder. I'm thinking there's some way we can hang the basket off the forks, because I got the swivel head on the forklift.
Yeah. So what's the bridge made out of? Just I-beam?
It's made out of an old railroad car. An old one. The bridge has been there for a long time, so it's got this great big I-beam. It's about this tall, 2 of them in the middle where the tracks drive.
Right.
And then it's got like 6-inch channel iron that goes out. And I'm just going to add on to that.
So we can just
iron.
add on and just extend it farther.
Yeah, I've already got all the steel cut and up there.
Really?
And so I just need to figure out a way I can get under the bridge.
I could push you over the edge, but I don't know how we're going to hang you.
Yeah, that'd be fun one time.
Right? All right, here's a basket that we can slide on the forklift. And it's got a swivel head on it, so we can swivel it, not clear sideways, but 45. And we're hoping if we could hang it somehow, like some cables maybe.
It's got some eyelets on it. It needs one more over there, it looks like.
So if we had cables or chains or something, we could hang it from the forks.
I've got a bunch of cable off of an old winch that I put a rope on. Maybe we can use that. It's
Winch
like
cable would be heavy enough.
1/2-inch cable, maybe 8 to 10 feet long.
If the forklift is down, I mean, how far we got to drop it? 10 feet? Enough we can be standing up, welding on the bridge.
Yeah, it's probably.
I mean, 10 or 12 feet would be.
It needs to hang down at least 6 feet under the bridge.
Because if you're.
And then the bridge is about 2 feet thick with that I-beam. That's going to put you at 8. So yeah, it's going to have to be at least 10 feet. We can do that.
That should, I don't know, it should work. I mean, it gives you a platform to hang from. I don't see why we can't go cut some cables. Just slide some loops over the forks, hook to the corners.
Yeah, and just drop it down over and swivel it underneath.
Exactly.
Easier said than done.
Yeah. We'll go find some cable and we'll be ready to go up there. Right there. You go ahead and weld that. Once you have this, about that, you need this. I'm not much for streamliners, pretty difficult stuff, but that should work. How do you feel about that? Less welding than we planned on.
I honestly didn't think we'd get both sides done today. I thought we'd
cool.
get one side done by the time we got all this stuff ripped off, and I feel good about it. Because I think we can have it finished tomorrow.
I think an hour of torching in the morning, clean the edges up.
I think maybe if we get up here by 8, so the ants aren't out yet.
Gosh dang
Maybe.
ants. Miserable ants.
And get this all cut up, and then we can start laying it down and welding.
It'll be sweet. This is awesome. Gaining.
The basket actually worked better than I thought it would. I thought it'd be a little sketchy, and it wasn't too bad. So
Going off your engineering degree, right?
yeah.
Cool. We'll see you guys in the morning.
Okay, well, got all the edges welded in the bridge, extensions, both sides. Now we're gonna cut all of this stuff off. And all of this stuff they got welded on so we can put the new deck on. Sean's not here yet, but he'll be here shortly. So I'm gonna get cutting before the ants come to life. But I brought a secret weapon. I brought my weed burner. If they get too nasty, I'm gonna attack them with the weed burner. We'll see how that goes.
Well, here we are. Back to it. Got one side cut, and that angle iron should come right in close. We're just making do with an old bridge, trying to taper the edges in. Nothing's perfect, nothing's level. So after we get this piece cut off, we'll cut everything off the bridge deck and just work the other way.
I'm gonna cut that.
Yeah, see, we're on fire control here. All those posts were stacked up there. We broke all the limbs out of the way. We don't want any fires. There's garden hoses close, but they're not hooked up and ready. We probably should have done that. One. That's all. Plasma cutters are awesome. Anybody that's used them, they're fast. Saved you a lot of boring stuff. Just trust me, I've been bored sitting here. We thought we needed 2 welders, but really we need 2 torches. That other end seems a little tight still. Nice. That looks better. We're done torching. It's all done. It's ready for some angle iron. So we'll get this cleaned up and move trucks around, go get the SkyTrack, and we'll start packing some heavy metal down here. Yeah, that truck right there, that takes me back to my first snow plowing days.
Really?
Old Internationals. A few hours in those junkers.
So you tell me about a junker?
Yeah, there's better. It's good though.
It'll work.
How you gonna do this? Chain it in the middle?
The strap I think we can slide off. It's not very heavy, but that angle on that pipe is heavy.
So we're just trying to get the edge straight. That'll work. We'll start welding. Nothing square, so if you're gonna have little gaps, just is what it is. We'll weld the hole underneath.
Yeah.
It can melt through that little crack.
We've got a lot done on this bridge. We got all the 6-inch strap welded down.
It's all tacked on.
Yeah, it's
Looks
tacked.
pretty nice. Looks pretty nice.
11 foot 5 inches. And we're gonna gain another foot.
So it already looks way wider. These ends, I think we're gonna torch a hole, pound something through them, then weld them in.
I don't know what else to do.
So that's still the thought.
Maybe pound a piece of rebar down and weld it, and then pound it down tight.
Kind of hard to tie in to existing stuff when it's just used what you had. It's leaning in. We'll have to at least push it out.
A lot of this stuff
So-
is made out of shelving. There's stuff to hold the bank back.
You can see on the other side pretty good. 3 layers, 3 shelves. It's holding the dirt. Guess it's doing its job.
It's a little sketchy.
It's been there a lot of years, so.
Just went and had lunch. Now we're gonna start setting some angle irons, and they're heavy. So I got this tool. This tool right here is made for lifting steel, and it's a lifesaver.
Yeah.
I use it a lot. So we're gonna hook it on here, and
So
when
how's it work?
you lift it, it locks on. Pick that right up. And then we'll just pick these up and set them where we want them, and set it down and unlock that. Save Sean and I's back.
Yeah,
Definitely my back,
we're all for that.
because it's hurt today anyway. Well, we've got the bridge pretty much done. We're gonna drive up and look at it. Sean wasn't there the last day I welded it, the railings on. I just went up and did those myself. So I'm taking him up, we're gonna look at it.
I think they're calling this place Zen Zion.
Something like that.
I think it's Zen Zion. They got a new sign up right here, so they got some pretty cool cabins. If you want a place to rent, stay for the night, this is a pretty cool spot. Got a new archway in.
Yeah, I actually helped Clayton set that archway up while I had my lift up here. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah, that looks way better.
There's the bridge.
It was narrow before, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sketchy with these little dump trailer. It barely fit on there. Actually feels pretty good too.
So they've got a pretty nice pavilion and these little dome houses. Kind of some cool places. Might be worth checking out. So before, this bridge was quite narrow on this turn. Had some metal sticking up right here.
This was the edge.
And swinging a trailer around, it would definitely snag your tires.
Yeah, I came up and finished welding these rails on.
They tied some ropes on, that's cool.
Tied a little mesh to keep kids from falling through it.
Transitions to the end would be sweet.
I tried to talk them into it, and they said, "No, we'll just leave it like that. That'll be fine. That'll be fine." I said, "Okay."
You can always do more later.
Yeah.
That's cool. Looks super nice. Cool. So that was a couple of days worth of work.
It was actually a fun project.
That was pretty fun. The basket hanging over worked perfect.
It worked great.
That was awesome.
Just kind of like I'd planned, but I wasn't sure it'd work, but it did.
Pretty cool when it goes from your head to reality and it works.
Yeah.
It's not one of those it should have worked. Tying onto the C channels and just extending it worked out super good.
Yeah.
Pretty easy way to widen a bridge and
Careful, buddy.
make life better. So
In flood season, the water gets 8 to 10 feet deep right here. That's why they put the bridge in.
It's too hard to cross it when it's flooded.
Impassable. Yep.
And where they're renting these cabins out, they got to have permanent access across here. And they couldn't bring any utility vehicle across here. It was so narrow, South Central had to unload their equipment over there and walk it across the bridge to put their phones in because they was afraid they'd blow their tires out. It was just so narrow.
Yeah. It's a fun project and it worked out super slick. So we'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.
See ya.